Okay, it is 7 o'clock. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Kathy, if you would please call the roll.
Kathleen Abruzzese. Here. Brian Boyle.
Here.
Jason Cipriano.
Here.
Lee Doobie. Kimberly Farah.
Here.
Sheila Rose.
Here.
Sarah Mockemer.
Here.
Sean O'Neill.
Here.
Peyton Parnell. Here. Kristen Savage.
I'm expecting her late.
Susan Sherman.
Here.
Jennifer Silva.
Here.
James Sweeney.
Here.
Karen Lysenko.
Here.
Seated also with the board this evening are the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Earl Metzger, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Roxanne Wilson, and CFO Business Administrator, Mr. Jeffrey Dowd.
Okay. Dr. Wilson, would you lead us in the pledge?
Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get to the agenda, I do have a request from a member who is unable to attend this evening. He has requested to attend the meeting via phone. Chair will entertain a motion. This is for Mr. Doobie.
So moved.
Okay, it's been made and seconded.
Second.
Okay.
Mr. O'Neill, second?
Yep. And this is to allow Lee to participate via phone. Okay. All those in favor? Looks to be unanimous. Dean, you want to just make sure that we can, I have the number and the phone over here. We'll just take a second. I think it stretches all the way to this.
Yeah. I just have to share a mic.
That's fine. Hi, Lee. This is Jason and members of the SAU board.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee.
Okay, so Lee, we had a vote, and we're going to allow you to participate via phone.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Okay. So at this time, I'm going to call a recess of the meeting so that the body can meet with legal counsel. I'd ask that members of the public please step out. Mr. O'Shaughnessy, obviously you can stay. Calling the meeting back to order. I'd like to get to the auditor's report. Mr. Dowd, Dr. Metzger, if you would just.
Point of order.
Yes.
I would like to request that we move to weighted voting for the rest of the evening, and I'd request that the chair poll the Timberlane board.
I'll second that motion.
Motion for weighted voting for the remainder of the evening.
Correct.
Timberlane board. All those in favor? All those opposed?
I'm in favor. This is Lee.
Okay. Okay.
So the vote's 8-1, Timberlane?
Correct. Okay, Mr. Dowd, if you would on the auditor's report.
Other thing, a point of order before we start that. We met with council earlier tonight and went over a lot of different areas. And I really believe that the board, we have lost faith in our chairman. And I would actually like to make a motion that we seek your resignation, Jason, for a vote of no confidence in your abilities. You have come before this board with opinions that were write out, I'll be blunt, lies and misrepresentations. We have tried to get things on the agenda, which you have revoked. Our chair of our Timberlane School Board sent you an email asking for stuff to be specifically put on the agenda, which you have not acknowledged, you haven't even addressed. That, to me, is poor leadership and reflects upon you and badly on this board. And I would like to actually call for a vote of no confidence in you, and I would like to see you replaced.
As previously discussed, that motion is out of order. The board will move on to our agenda item, the auditor's report.
I would make
I
a
appeal
motion.
the decision of the chair.
I second that.
The vote, excuse me, the motion has been ruled out of order. Mr. Dowd, if you would begin.
No.
I appeal the
no.
decision of the chair.
Appealing the decision of the chair,
This
which
isn't a
unacceptable.
dictatorship, Jason. Should always have the support of your board. You serve at the pleasure of this board, and it's my belief that this board does not believe that you should be the chair.
I believe he should be the chair.
That's fine. We can debate
We
that.
are
When you first
appealing
started
the-
speaking, you said the board, but it was your opinion.
That's right. It's
This is the whole board. Okay.
correct. But we would find out when it comes to voting, correct?
I appeal the decision of the chair, and I don't know that this discussion should, I think everybody should have a chance.
Yep.
I would just remind the board members that while you are free to appeal and you're free to make a motion, those do not supersede RSA 194. The chair has ruled that your motion is out of order, and it is inconsistent with the RSA. And I'm asking Mr. Dowd to begin his presentation.
And we are objecting
We
to
are
it.
objecting to
appealing-
that.
We are appealing your ruling.
Again,
I call for a vote. Let's call the
Again.
question, Jason.
Guys, just point of clarity, the motion on the table is to ask for a resignation, just so you're clear, and take a vote of no confidence. It's not a vote to remove.
oh, thank you,
So
Mr.
just-
O'Shaughnessy.
So if, just clarifying, because you're arguing about something maybe premature.
Thank you, Mr. O'Shaughnessy.
I think further,
Based on that advice, I'll allow the motion.
Okay. If anybody doesn't have anything to say, call the question then.
Okay.
Did you, I don't have a second.
Somebody second.
Was there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? You'll need to tabulate using the weighted vote.
Just tabulate that?
This is a weighted vote.
Oh, someone's gonna have to help me because I am not prepared with the tallies for that.
All right. I'll give you a minute. Do you need us to, what do you need from us?
I've never done tally voting.
Sure.
Never
I
done
do
it.
not have weighted voting, I do not have calculations, I do not have official numbers for the weighted vote, what those counts would
Ah,
be per
yes.
member.
Yes.
None of that.
Okay. Yep, so, on the matter of weighted voting, do you have the calculations, the different calculations for,
I've none submitted. There was difference of opinion about what the calculation should be based on student population. I have nothing official to
Yep.
use.
And based on whether or not they're accepting Pinkerton.
yep. So, I will have you use the weighted voting that takes into account the Pinkerton students for Hampstead and calculated the weighted voting.
I would actually challenge that decision.
Oh, Jesus, God.
I do not have those figures.
I have those figures. This is based on ADMR, which is the last available data. TRSD's ADMR is 3442. Hampstead's without Pinkerton is 841. With Pinkerton, it's 1264. By calculation, Timberlane would receive 219 votes. Hampstead without Pinkerton gets 57. With Pinkerton, they get 83 votes. No, total votes. Timberlane gets 24.33 votes each. Hampstead without Pinkerton gets 11.4 votes. With Pinkerton, they get 16.3 votes per person.
So if you calculated it both ways, without
Requires
Pinkerton,
6.2 Timberlane votes for a majority.
and we had 8.
We had 8.
Can you, what was the Timberlane one again, 22.1?
24.3.
24.33.
3 times.
I did review other SAUs that have used weighted voting, and they have taken it down to the
Second
100th.
place. Yeah.
yes place, so.
Kim, is that ADMR from last June or current?
It is the published ADMR by the DOE, so it is last year.
That's
That has
the
to
right
be-
one, right?
That is the correct one.
So if you included the Pinkerton kids, Timberlane would need how many votes?
If you include the Pinkerton students, Timberlane needs 6.2. If you don't include those, it's somewhere a little over 5. I don't remember exactly.
6.2 with Pinkerton,
With Pinkerton, so we need, yeah,
Yeah.
6.2 with Pinkerton.
5 and
Five-ish.
5 and
Yeah,
something.
well, Since you can't split a person.
Can't
it would
split a
be
person, so it's either 6 or
It's either
7.
6 or 7,
Assuming
Gotcha.
all 9 are
You
here.
have clear direction?
assuming all 9 are here, and then it
Gotcha.
changes if
Gotcha,
not
gotcha,
all
gotcha,
9 are
Did
here.
the calculations, it basically works out to, it was 8/6, that's 8 times the 24.33, which equals 194.64. Then we have the 6 remaining, which is, one is a Timberlane at 24.33, the 5 remaining are at 16.3, and I calculate that at 105.83. Feel free to check my math. This is my very first time doing this. I do
So
appreciate
sorry,
it.
what was the number in the affirmative?
The affirmative was 194.64.
That's what I had.
194, and the other was.
That's 8 times the 24.33,
The other was 1.
and the other one was 105.83.
What's that?
And
It's
then
105.
6 members, one is a Timberlane member at 24.33, and the remaining 5 are at 16.3.
That's with
That should be
Pinkerton.
correct, because when you total, it should total up to 302.
I didn't do a total.
When you add it all up, it's 302. 302, yeah.
So,
Sounds good.
300.47. so I think
that's,
is that
I
good?
mean, it's- I mean, there's no at this point, it's just a simple, it's a majority anyway, it's 194 at 105. I mean, there is some rounding error.
You ready for me to announce the number again, Jason? or-
What's that? Yeah, so
Okay, so the vote would be in favor, 194.64, opposed, 105.83.
Okay, so the measure would pass.
Correct.
Okay. Mr. Dowd, if you would, please.
I would like to make a motion that, are you planning on to resign, Jason, or no?
I am planning on conducting the business of the board.
Okay, then I'm going to make a motion now to replace the chair.
Second that motion.
And now I will rule the motion out of order. I would
Okay.
ask Mr. Dowd to please begin with
Appeal
your
the
auditor.
decision.
Thank you,
Chair.
Mr.
Appeal the decision of the
Cipriano.
chair. Second.
I will,
Your appeal does not allow you to sidestep the statute,
No,
state
that-
statute.
Yeah.
Your
This
track
is-
record of interpreting the statute is not stellar, Jason. I would overrule this.
I will
this-
defer to legal advice, and we're going to move on our agenda.
It's
Mr.
up to
Dowd,
thank you, Mr.
It's up to the
Cipriano.
board,
would begin
Jason.
to present.
You have in front of you a copy
It's
of
Jeff.
the
Jeff.
audit report
Stand down.
From-
It's up to this board.
Mr.
No,
It's
it's-
up to
next-
this board.
It's
The
this-
next appropriate step would be for the chair to ask if his decision is sustained.
read Robert's rules, Jason.
We have a ruling that your motion is inconsistent with the RSA.
It's
No.
not.
Have a ruling.
We don't have a ruling.
If you want to seek a
Motion
legal,
Out of order.
if you want to
And I
seek a
appeal the
legal
decision
opinion,
of the
then you're
chair.
welcome to go through the court system.
Mr. Dowd,
This
if you would
is our
please-
Thank you,
meeting.
Mr.
This is our meeting.
Cipriano.
Patient.
No,
No,
Jason.
no.
In front of
This
you.
is our board meeting.
This is our
This
board.
should
is
have
the SAU 55.
A copy of the
No.
annual financial
no,
report
Jeff.
Please stop and don't even get
Jeff.
involved.
dated June 30th,
Follow
2017.
Robert's Rules of Order, and I
Plaza
appeal the decision of the
Sanderson?
chair. Then the next
I will-
call should be for the chair to request if his decision is sustained.
Neither Robert's Rules of Order nor weighted votes allow you to circumvent the RSA.
That's your opinion.
That's your
What's your
opinion.
Do you have a
Nice.
legal opinion
Mr.
saying
Dowd,
that?
you may continue.
No.
Thank you, Mr.
No,
Cipriano.
no, no.
You've got nothing, Jason.
In-
That is your opinion.
No.
Mr.
Sorry.
Dowd, please.
So
We
then
have the
ask the
ru-
opinion of the board.
In front of you,
There's no opinion of the board necessary.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. Come on, Jason. This is our board.
I
How
am
can you
attempting to
even
conduct the
attempt to
business-
sit there
I am
and
conducting the business of
conduct
the
a
board.
meeting when you know
No.
that you don't even have the support of your board?
Because we have a fiduciary
Yes, we
responsibility to
do.
complete these items.
Yes, we
we
do,
will.
and we
Thank you,
will get
Mr.
to
will.
it,
Cipriano.
but without you as the leader.
If you would, Mr. Dowd.
No.
No,
I
Jason.
appeal the
Thank
decision
you.
of the
Appeal
chair.
the decision. We're gonna keep going here all night. If you're
Thank you,
we're
Mr.
not
Cipriano.
backing down. We're not gonna browbeat this board again. We're sorry, Jason. You have outlived your usefulness on this board.
That's
Sean,
your
there's no-
opinion.
That's right, it
Say
is
the
my
board.
opinion, and it was
Don't
also
include your
corroborated
opinion
by
to
this
speak
board,
for me.
194 to 105.
And Jim,
Say
you're right.
your opinion.
That's
You're absolutely right,
Say
Jim.
the board.
That is.
Jim, you're absolutely right.
And we want to
Change
change.
your
Let's
words
see,
next
let's see
time.
where this board wants to. Clearly, it's not happy with the leadership of Mr. Cipriano. We want to change that, and we
You
want to see.
want to change.
That's right. Put it to a vote.
If she does, she can
I'm
speak.
calling
He's
for
trying
order,
to-
please,
You.
members.
No,
We're
Jason.
calling for order two,
We're
Jason.
calling for order
Attempting to
two, Jason.
Follow the agenda.
No.
Mr.
No.
Dowd,
No.
we need to conduct the agenda. Let's move
No,
on to
no,
the others.
no,
I motion
absolutely
to
not.
Thank
suspend
you.
the rules and allow Mr. O'Neill
I'm not
to make a
entertaining the
motion.
motion. Mr. Dowd,
thank you, Mr.
I
Cipriano.
appeal
You
the
don't
decision
have
of the
these broad
chair.
powers, Jason. You don't have these
front of you.
powers.
You're making up
You'll have-
powers that you don't have, Jason.
You don't have these powers.
In front of you, you'll have
these
the
powers.
Authority to
audited
do this.
financials
No,
from
no, no, no,
You
no.
alone are not the board.
June 30th,
The
2017.
14 board members
Logic
sitting
and
here.
Sanderson.
No.
Jeff,
I
please.
motion
Jeff,
to
please,
suspend the
don't,
rules.
come on, Jeff, don't,
I just
please
need to
don't
proceed with the
overtalk.
agenda, and
I intend
And
to
I'm
proceed
motioning
with
to
the
suspend the
agenda.
We're not
rules
gonna
so that we
proceed with the
can,
agenda until we have some
There's
resolution.
a problem with the board.
I intend to proceed with the
You-
agenda.
No,
That's-
the board, I
but
believe.
you're not the board.
We're trying to make motions here, and you're not going to accept them.
2 weeks ago, you misquoted an RSA, for whatever
Outright
reason.
lied.
That's what
to
you
this
did.
board, Jason.
So we're not going through this nonsense again.
Nonsense
Now, we
is
know what
right.
it means.
Going to
We-
continue with
No.
the agenda.
That's
Motion
fine.
to suspend the
To
rules.
appoint Brian Boyle as our
Motion is
chairman.
out of order.
Second.
That motion
Second.
is out
Call
of
the
order.
question, Jason.
The clerk will disregard. The
Jason.
motion is out of order.
No, it's not out of order.
Mr. Dowd, if you would.
All those in
No.
favor?
Thank you, Mr.
say
Chairman.
aye.
That motion is out of order.
Lee?
This is Lee again.
Mr. Dowd, if you would.
Where are you,
please
Lee?
Continue.
thank you,
Please,
Mr. Cipriano.
state your vote.
We're here to review the,
I'd like to be recognized first.
Go ahead, Lee.
He wants to be recognized.
Mr. Chair, am I recognized?
yes.
Okay, with the opinion of Mr. O'Shaughnessy or Attorney O'Shaughnessy, I would like to confirm that this complies with both our bylaws, Robert's Rules of Orders, and RSA, that we make a motion to temporarily suspend the chair for this meeting.
Temporarily suspend the chair?
Yes, that is an appropriate Robert's Rules of Order motion.
Temporarily suspending the chair under Robert's rules only applies when the chair is not the presiding officer of the body.
Not accurate.
That is accurate.
With Mr. O'Shaughnessy here, what is your opinion on this? I mean, we have a disagreement here between the two.
This is why you get paid the big bucks, Jim.
Yeah, and I spent an hour talking with you guys about my legal opinion and proposed, I think, a number of options. The opinion I have is that the statute sets aside a specific period of time for electing officers, including the chair. That the statute does not provide authority outside of that time frame to change the chair, nor does your policy. So I recommended that you not proceed to try to do that tonight, and I think that's why we're running into some confusion. I'm not familiar with a motion to temporarily suspend the chair. In a lot of ways, I think if that works for you guys, you gotta get this meeting done and adopt a budget. So I would urge you to figure it out. And if Jason, if that works for a meeting, and that gets a budget passed, and you guys can move forward, then do that. But we have a dispute over the law. You guys clearly want to exercise powers that I think are inconsistent with the statute, and you're sort of going out in a place where I think you're kind of on your own out there. So I think you have a process for moving forward today. I would urge you to just figure something out and get it done.
I think we are
Thank you.
figuring it out, Jay.
Thank you, Mr. O'Shaughnessy. I intend to follow the recommendation of our attorney. Mr. Dowd, if you would,
I
please.
think the majority
Thank
of
you,
the
Mr.
board is
Triano.
disagreeing with our attorney, and we've actually had other input as well for respective members to make their decisions on this. And we want, Jason, we don't want you as our leader. We have, for the points that I've made, you've outright misled this board at this last meeting. You have purposely kept things off of the agenda. You have not acknowledged, the vice chair is in the dark about what's been taking place since the last meeting. You don't include her in that. That is poor management decisions and bad leadership. And the rest of this board on the Timberlane would like to address this.
I appreciate your opinion. I'm going to
It's
defer
not
to.
just an opinion,
I'm
Jason. We
deferring
want to
to-
change
When the
this.
I am
majority-
deferring to our attorney, who has clearly articulated that we are outside of the window for making the motion which you
It's
seek to
not,
make.
and
I
we've had
intend to
difference
follow
of
the-
opinions of that, Jason. They were
understand.
brought all up on the table
I
about
understand we
talking
have
about
difference
that.
of
That's the
opinions, and I'm
board's
saying that
decision,
I'm
which
going to
direction we
board's
follow.
want to go
decision.
in, not yours. You
going
are
with
not the
yours.
board.
You also heard the same attorney give you another suggestion, but you're choosing not to take that one.
I am going to follow the recommendation that
Yeah,
this is
okay.
outside of
So
the
you didn't follow
window.
the most recent recommendation.
And I am
I
going to
appeal
ask
the
Mr.
decision of the
Dowd.
chair.
Okay?
I'm going to
Thank you,
ask
Mr.
Mr.
Chairman.
Dowd to
Second
please
that.
continue with the, I'm ruling it out of order.
Where are you, Lee?
Dowd,
I'm going to make a
Well,
motion to
I
adjourn.
am,
Second.
motion has been made to adjourn, and the motion has been seconded.
I'd like to have a caucus with the Timberlane board.
You're free to have a caucus with the Timberland Board. The motion on the floor is to adjourn, and it's been seconded. All those members in favor?
Aye.
There's
no discussion? Give Kathy an opportunity to calculate.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Lee is 8 in favor.
All those opposed?
This is weighted, I'm assuming.
Yes.
5,
Yep.
6, again. It would be the same calculation with the same vote.
Yep.
We've done that to make it easy.
Body is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.